Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Michael, and you are listening to Take Care of Yourself, my new podcast. Today, we've got one of my good friends up here, Miss Stephanie. Are we going to call you Stephanie Lynn Maguire? Or are we just calling you Stephanie Maguire now?
It's Steph Maguire. Turns out Stephanie Lynn is a quite popular name.
You know, it is a very popular name. like, I know, like, Lynn is like a real popular name in the adult industry, and there's probably a couple of Stephanie Lynn's in that too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I dropped the last name just because at the time, like, I never wanted, like, my employer to find me and, like, see how ratchet my life really was. But now I work for myself, so you know what? All worked out.
Yeah. Well, so what's going on? Do you miss us here in North Carolina? Do you miss Clayton? I know
I
you.
do. I miss Clayton a lot, like, specifically Clayton. I miss a lot. Like, Clayton's the best place I've ever lived.
Yeah.
I've lived a lot of places. It's just, there's something about North Carolina in general. It's like the perfect weather, in my opinion. Like, like, geographically, it's great. Close to the beach, close to the mountains. Like,
Hmm.
there's a little bit of everything. And then the people there, especially in, like, Clayton, North Carolina, that's hard not to miss. It's hard not to miss.
Yeah, but you know you're in Nashville now. You're out there chasing those big dreams, and I know you're going to catch them. You're
Yeah.
doing what a lot of people wish they could do. So I mean,
Thanks,
more
man.
power to you. You know.
Thank you.
Yeah. And before we start, I just wanted to tell you, y- y- you helped me out a lot a couple of months ago, maybe not even that long, and I just wanted to thank you. I mean, you actually hold the record for me with the longest phone conversation ever.
And I could be here for you, man.
Man, I got gas in Myrtle Beach, and as soon as I put the gas cap on, I got in the car and we started talking. I didn't hang up with you until I pulled into my subdivision back in North Carolina 3 hours later.
Yep.
I was like, wow, what
Listen,
a.
sometimes you need one of those good old life talks that'll like reset the whole world for you for a little while.
Yeah. I mean, and, as far as that, I'm doing great right now.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Good to hear. Good to hear.
things are looking up and moving forward, and, yeah, here we go. So
Good.
I
Love to
hung
hear
out
that.
I hung out in Clayton past 2 weekends actually. Uh,
Yeah?
met up with some friends out there, and we hung out at, was it Revival, and then we went to,
Yeah.
yeah,
Revival's the best.
yeah. Though they got so much bourbon, so much whiskey, man. They made me one of the
They've
best old
always
fashions.
I feel like they throw some of the best parties too, I feel like. They always do cool stuff and the cool specialty drinks, and it's a whole vibe. They do it right. Oh, Revival goes big. They go big sometimes.
Well, I mean, they've got this wall of bourbon behind the bar. It's just like, oh, heaven. I wish Clayton wasn't so far from me though. And I had the best talk.
You
Well,
just gotta move there.
you can't move anywhere right now with the way this market is. I mean,
I know.
houses are going down right now, but still, I'm like kind of stuck. It
Yeah, I feel that.
probably gonna have to wait at least like 2 more years to get out of this little hole called Creedmoor. I love Creedmoor, folks. I do love Creedmoor. So if you're listening to me and live in Creedmoor, I love you. Yes. It's like, but
Creedmoor is a cool spot too. Y'all know how to party out there, dang.
well, I
I played out
mean,
there at that tavern a few.
yeah,
What is it? Is it the Creedmoor Tavern? Is that what it's called?
yeah, Creedmoor Tavern. Y'all, yeah, you came out here when you
Yeah,
were.
they had the best bartenders. Oh man.
Oh, they must have hooked y'all up or something, huh?
They were a good time.
Yeah, and
I feel like it's like a town that everyone forgets about, but it's like they've got a couple cool little spots and little dives and stuff up there. It's kind of a diamond in the rough over there.
man, let me tell you something. Clayton is like New York compared to Creedmoor.
Yeah.
So at least Clayton, you got like Revival, then you got the Cardinal, which is a pretty cool place where we hung out there. Then
Yeah.
you've got what's that one? That's the house.
First
It's
Street
First
Tavern.
Street Tavern. Um,
Heck yeah, I love them.
yeah, there's a few more out there
And
too.
they all have like live music every weekend and sometimes even on weekdays. So
Yeah.
like not only is it a cool just downtown vibe in general, like they have a lot to offer, a lot of like food and boutiques and stuff, but live music is all over the place down there, which is probably a big part of why like I
Mm.
ended up moving.
Yeah. Well, froze.
We
Oh,
froze.
there you go. You're back. You're back. Those darn tough technical difficulties.
It
Um,
says it just gave me an error message that says your internet is unstable. Like relatable. It probably I'm sure it is, but
that sounds like my life.
I know. I was just gonna say that's par for the course around here. Something, you can't just.
Well, hey, tell me, like, what's changed since you moved to Nashville? Like, take me through a day of Stephanie Maguire's life. Like, what do you do daily?
Yeah, that's cool question. No one's actually like asked me in that way.
Hmm.
Um, so I mean, a day in the life, I forced myself. I did that back in North Carolina too. I try to like work because there's a million emails you need to send. There's always things that need to be done. You need to be promoting your shows and making flyers and marketing and sometimes communicating with your players or communicating with vendors and venues. And you're always working on the next thing too. So comparing rates for, new studio time or wherever it is you're on your thing. So I try to give myself like administrative hours. So anytime I'm not scheduled for something else, I'm work like essentially working from home. So I do a lot of that, and then I do a lot of I do some shows like duo shows, which is similar to what I did back home, but it's just an opportunity that's available every single day of the week, all day here, where
Hmm.
it's kind of a weekend thing. Live shows usually um, out in North Carolina, and yeah, so I'll go to my shows. They're usually at night, and I host a songwriter showcase, like a full band songwriter showcase downtown once a week. So I do that stuff too. So I do, yeah, that. And then I do a lot of writing with other songwriters when I don't have anything else to do. So I'll get together with people that seem like they have on the same level as far as like you'd vibe, it seems like you'd vibe with them. Get together and see if you can come up with a song. Everybody out here is ready to work, so it's usually not hard to find other people that want to write and work, get some stuff done. And yeah, other than that, here recently we've been doing a lot of traveling with the full band, but um, well, I was gonna say it's slowing down soon, but it's actually not until about January. But after January, it'll be slowing down with traveling. As soon as I think we're past all the traveling, someone else calls and they're like, "You want to go here?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Let's go. Didn't I just
let's
read on
go."
Didn't I just read on Facebook that you're going to is it Missouri or
Yeah, we just
yep.
got back. I got a new
Oh.
tattoo. I got a new tattoo with my a couple of my bandmates. It was a good time.
Oh, nice. What'd you get?
We got horseshoes. I don't know if you can see me, Mike. I know. We got horseshoes and a horse stall.
Oh, sweet.
I just put it in there. My
Uh,
guitar player and the bass player got it too. Yeah, we went to this festival and they had a tattoo artist and as like a vendor,
mm-hmm.
and they had the vendors and all these horse stalls. So it made for quite the story. I'm glad we did it.
A vendor in horse stalls, like actual horse stalls.
Yeah, they had like little boutiques and like
Oh, nice.
t-shirt designers and stuff like that too. But it was really cool how they had it set up. But it does make for an interesting story when you add that detail, I feel.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'm assuming the horses weren't in there, right? Because
And
that
we
would
got
bring a.
those done. We got those done like right before we had to be up there. They were like, "You guys ready?" And like my guitar player's like finishing up, and we're like, "Yep, we're good."
Gosh, I tell you, I've never been to Nashville, but I really want to go bad because everybody that tells me, what's the main strip called?
Oh, Broadway.
Broadway. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like Broadway is so full of life. There's musicians everywhere. There's like bars you can duck into, and get a drink. I really want to go. Really want to go.
I mean, I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
For me, it's like going to like New York City if you don't have to. Like, it's good to see here and there, but if you
Hmm.
can avoid that traffic and get what you need to get done, like,
Yeah.
it's I try to stay off of that strip unless I'm working myself, but it is like so historic and
Really.
so cool if you really just, and it's of course vibrant. There's so much to do, but there's so much history. You can just look around, you feel the history in the walls. I feel like music leaves an impact. So I swear you can feel it when you're downtown. You're in some of these bars, you can just feel the like music. Well, I don't know what that would be.
Well,
Music
I'm
juju just on the walls.
I'm pretty sure like a lot of those places have had famous musicians go in there, so you're like walking on their footsteps. You're following them in there.
Yeah,
That you've shared space with a lot of these people, so that's pretty cool.
yeah.
Um, so that being said, have you bumped into any like celebrities or famous musicians out there?
I did. I saw Bailey Zimmerman a couple weekends ago. He was just hanging out at the bar,
Yeah,
and Zach Bryan was there, but someone told me it was a fake Zach Bryan. But
a
who
fake Zach
knows?
Bryan.
Could have been an imposter.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was rolling with Bailey Zimmerman, so it does the story lines up. But um, I saw Nikki Lane a couple like last week at a bar outside of in East Nashville, just hanging out dancing. Nikki Lane is
Hmm.
like a alt country indie artist. She's someone I super look up to. Yeah, who else? Alex Williams has been down here. Who he's an opener for Whitey Morgan. And I'm trying to think who else did I see? I saw Ward Davis behind the Ryman. That was pretty cool.
Mm.
Um, Dale Watson was at a bar just drinking a beer, and they were like, "Oh, come on, Dale, come on up on the stage," like it was so casual. And I was like,
Yeah.
"That's no, you guys, that's Dale Watson. Like, not that's not just come on, Dale. Like, you got to say his last name. He's I don't know.
Dale Watt. Look, Stephanie, all due respect, I have no idea who any of those people were you just said.
It's okay. I know I'm a nerd. Well, I'm
So
kind of a nerd for music.
I'm like, yeah. So are they like famous country musicians or like members of? Excuse my ignorance.
Dale Watson's an OG, but
Oh yeah.
the later ones were yeah, they're like all country, like I guess people I
Okay.
look up to, but they're like,
Mhm.
not at the level where they can't just go to a bar in Nashville.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see, you know, like Bailey Zimmerman too. He's a pretty big artist. He's got a couple. He's kind of in that Tyler Childers kind of demographic. I
Mhm.
guess they probably share a lot of the same fan base, give or take. Um, but he's got some really big hits out right now,
Yeah.
like
Well,
million listeners on Spotify kind of status. So
aren't you about to release a song? I thought I saw something about
yeah,
November 11th. Something like
November
cowboy
11th.
or yeah.
Hmm.
I was listening to a little bit of that, and man, that sounds hot, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
When would you get the idea for that song?
So I went through a breakup, and I don't know, the whole song came from that first line where it's like, "Don't tell me that you love me when she's not around," because that's like what would happen. And I know that a million other people have been in similar shoes, and in fact, I've been in those same shoes again
Mm-hmm.
since then, which sucks. But like, it's such a relatable thing where you got someone that's like still holding on to you, but trying to be shady and move on at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, and be shady to both ends.
Yeah. You know,
And yeah, it was just kind of a fun thing. It just was like, I always wrote music just to like help myself through stuff. I really never thought I'd ever share any of this stuff with anybody ever. So it's like, it's weird where music has taken me, but
I,
it just started off as funny, as like just writing it to get it off my chest. And
yeah.
then it was actually kind of catchy, and I just started a band at the time. So I don't know, it just kind of caught on, and here we are.
You know, that is a great tool when somebody is going through a breakup to be able to put that on paper and in song format. Because I had no, I mean, I loved Aerosmith. I still love Aerosmith. But, I went through a breakup too. And that's kind of what we
Hmm.
were talking about. And
Yeah.
I had no idea that just about every Aerosmith song related to a breakup. Like every time I turned on an Aerosmith song, What It Takes, Crazy, Crying, you know, and they just put that stuff out there, and I'm like, okay, these guys are supposed to be rock. Did they just constantly break up in the 80s and 90s when they were writing these songs, or like what? But for you to be able to like write a song and put it out there, you know, for other people to listen to and relate to it, man, that's a great tool. I mean, you're helping yourself and you're helping other people. So, yeah.
It's very therapeutic, and like, I feel like that's why I take, like, I always am like, there's some moments in my life where I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I'm just, you know, I never thought that I would be a musician, you know, and it makes you kind of, there's everybody, you kind of have those days where you're just questioning, like, am I doing the right thing right now with what I got in life? And music is like one of those things, though, I don't really question that part of it, because like I've written music my whole life. Like since I was real little, before I could play anything, I always wrote songs just to, I don't know, like blow off some steam. It was always like something that interested me. I liked poetry when I was really young, which is kind of nerdy, but I always used to write just little melodies and songs, and poetry and like little poems for myself when I was like going through my teenage, you know, everything sucks when you're a teenager, and I wrote music a lot about it. I learned how to play guitar when I was like 17, give or take, and then I started really writing songs, but I never ever played in front of anybody really. Like not even my parents, like nobody heard any of these songs really. Like one friend back home that also played, like heard some of these, but if you told me that I'd be on a stage in Nashville one day singing anything close to this, I would never believe you.
Well, when did you find out you could sing? Were you like in the church choir or something like that, or singing at school, or?
No, I did. I mean, I sang my whole life. It's kind of just a thing I think.
Well, Stephanie, I've sang my whole life too, but I suck.
Well, I remember in 4th grade, I had there was a play, and I got picked for solo in the play, and it was supposed to be for a boy character. It was a baseball player, and my music teacher was like, well, I guess it doesn't really matter if it's a boy or a girl baseball player. And I was like, heck yeah. And I remember being so proud to be the girl baseball player, and sang a little solo in 4th grade. And I guess that was when I realized that like not everybody could sing, because other classmates had like, you had to like audition 4th grade style, you know, in front of your whole class. And I guess that was when I realized maybe everybody couldn't, or everybody didn't have that same gift or interest.
Do you remember what it was you sang?
Yep.
Okay, give us a little excerpt.
Oh man.
Yeah, put you on the spot.
I remember it was like, I don't even know if I can sing that high anymore. Gosh, but it's lonely way out in left field. The coach doesn't even know my name.
Oh.
And when the crowd begins to cheer, I'll say, hey, I'm still out here at the old ball game.
Oh, so okay, is that Take Me Out?
It was like it was a sad song about a sad left fielder who never got to do any of the fun stuff until one day she catches the ball and is the MVP.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Well, that's impressive. You remember that.
It's a very heartwarming story. I'll never forget that.
Stephanie Maguire's first time she ever had a solo right there, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's on video somewhere.
Oh, you have to look that up.
I know, at my parents' house. We should probably go take it out of the archives.
Yeah, throw it up on the podcast. So it's funny. We went 2 different directions, because I don't remember what grade I was in. It might have been 3rd or 4th. But my class went to a retirement home or rest home, whatever you want to call it, and it was for Christmas. Yeah. And my class had to sing Away in a Manger, and the teacher gave me the solo. She gave me a solo part in it, because she said I had like the best voice in the class. I don't know what happened, because my voice didn't turn out like yours. I mean, like, it's weird. I can sing Prince like falsetto. You hear my deep voice right now, but then I'll go. Hold on.
Oh,
you can't tell. Oh, I can't do it right now. I got to be drunk. See, that's the problem. I got to be drunk.
You got to be drunk. You got to warm it up. You can't go in cold.
Oh, you can't, man. You get all that phlegm in your throat. Yeah, see, I'm just making excuses now.
I'll back you up all day. I'll back you up.
Oh my God, yeah, yeah, way in the back behind the stage in the green room. That's where you're gonna be. I'm gonna embarrass you, but yeah, yeah. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday. I hadn't seen in a while. Lee Robinson. I don't know if you know him or not, but he's a good singer. He tours with this group Night Train. They're
Oh, cool.
yeah, and I was standing beside him and I started singing Bon Jovi because it was on the radio, and then I caught myself. I was like, "Damn, I can't sing around you." All you talented singers, dang it.
Yeah, you can. Come on.
I'm a karaoke man, Stephanie. I'm a karaoke man. I'll do that.
Listen, anybody can sing Bon Jovi in a group. That is okay for any time, anywhere. I'm sorry. I stand by that.
What's your favorite Bon Jovi song?
I don't know. I'm not really a I'm not. Bon Jovi's not my go-to, but it hits every once in a while.
Yeah,
Free reign for everybody.
I'm a Blaze of Glory guy. Whenever that comes on, I'm like all in.
In a blaze of
Glory, all I never. Oh, see, I can't. Oh,
That's
God.
true. See, that'll hit no
Yeah.
matter what. It really
Yeah,
will.
that hits. That hits. But I don't know. God wanted me to be a podcaster and a cornhole player, so here I am. Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. So, Nashville.
Just gotta follow light.
Uh,
Follow light.
what?
Did we freeze again?
You did for a second, but I think you're back.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So when are you coming back to North Carolina to bless us with your presence in another show?
I don't know, but I will tease that another Nashville-based singer-songwriter that visited North Carolina before, and I have been talking about making a little run up that way sometime early 2023. So you might see me solo with another bad. I don't know if we're allowed to swear on here. Can we swear? Is that
Well,
a thing?
I can't wait to, because I missed you the last time. I had like this damn cornhole tournament I was running and couldn't make it. So,
Yeah.
oh no, or was I in? No, I was in Myrtle Beach in a golf trip that weekend.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like you were out of the area, but
yeah, I was out of the
you're
area.
wrong.
Oh yeah, exactly, because that's
Maybe
when I
that's just
freaking
what
talked to you on the
maybe that's
phone.
what you told me when
Yeah,
you said you couldn't make the show. That
no,
was your
because
story anyway.
I want to say it was the weekend I went to Myrtle Beach and we talked on the phone for 3 hours, and you had just got back to Nashville. I think you had just got back home from your trip.
Oh
Or,
yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
so that
That's,
was it.
yeah, I do. Yep.
See, I'm legit. I told you the truth. Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
Well, I need to get to Nashville. I told myself that next year is going to be my year. I'm going to like do whatever it takes to be happy. Like I've already booked 2 cruises, Stephanie. Hey, you want to go on a cruise? Let's go.
There you go.
Okay, I booked 2 cruises.
Well,
I've got.
shoot. I mean, maybe.
Hey, I'm going on one in February. I'm going on one in September, and I'm thinking about booking one more. I'm just like, screw it. I don't care anymore. I went on one by myself.
There you go. Didn't you just recently? You just recently went on a cruise, right?
Yeah, sure did.
How was
Sure.
that? Like, did you?
Oh, so much fun.
I mean, obviously you liked it. Have you booked 2 more since then?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that was my 3rd cruise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What was
yeah.
the highlight from this last one?
My liquor bill.
Oh.
Oh my God. Let me tell you something, Stephanie. Always get the alcohol package. Don't go in there without it, cause oh my God, I had a $200 credit, room credit, and that was gone the first day, cause
Oh man.
the drinks are like $10 to $14,
Oh yeah. I
and
bet.
before you know it, you're already like 12 in, and next day 15. Oh, it's crazy, man.
Been there. And I
Yeah,
had a 2-day. I've been coming off a 2-day wild streak here. Just
yeah,
not my normal MO. I'm not much of a like party animal, but in the right atmosphere.
yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I'm looking at your Facebook cover, man, and it looks like you guys are cheersing. You got the
Yeah.
acoustic over your strap and the whole bar. That's a full bar, man. What's the story with that?
Oh yeah, that was Whiskey Cowgirl in Chattanooga. Holy cow. They have
Oh,
a pool. They have like a pool, like an actual pool there.
yeah.
And I made it like my personal mission when we got there. They have just recently opened. I was like, all right, who's been in the pool? I need to know, like that's a thing. How'd that go? And nobody raised their hand. I was like, nobody's been in the pool. Like, no, there's 1,000 people there, like legitimately.
Yeah.
I was like, so nobody's been in the pool. And I was like, that's it. I was like, we're not drunk enough. Let's go. Let's go, Chattanooga. It's going down tonight. And yeah, they ended up in the pool. So
nice.
Yeah, I made a nice TikTok video out of that.
Tell me you did a cannonball.
I didn't go in the pool.
Oh, you didn't go in the pool?
Go in the pool.
Oh, you worked the crowd, yeah.
Oh, listen.
Oh, yeah. I like the way you work the crowd, man. You're really good with the crowd.
Yeah, that's the whole point. What's the point if you don't?
Yeah, you got to have fun with them, right?
Music is meant to be shared with other people.
Yeah.
Like people. It's a whole give and take. It's a whole vibe thing.
Mm-hmm. If you had to recommend one venue, what's the best venue or your most favorite venue you've worked since you've been in Nashville?
Like in Nashville or anywhere?
Well, let's say in Nashville, then anywhere.
I will say probably I like the Nashville Palace, and I've done a couple songwriter things there. The Nashville Palace is right over by the Opry area, and it's just a historic, really cool, very historic stage. So it's like it might not be the most the biggest stage out there, but to me that's my favorite. If you're asking my favorite one, that's my favorite one.
So I got to check that out when I go to Nashville.
Yeah, and it's off of Broadway. It's away from Broadway. It's a little more of a local vibe, I guess, but it's very historic and it's a cool place to be.
Awesome. So how about overall?
Overall?
Yeah.
I do have a very big soft spot for any festival ever. I love festivals. So those are my favorite things to do. But as far as a venue, I don't know. I might have to say the Lincoln. I might have to say it.
Oh, here in Raleigh.
Yeah, I might have to say that because to me the Lincoln was such a. I used to, when I moved to Raleigh, I didn't have any friends. I didn't even have a job. I moved out. I just ran away, honestly, when I moved to North Carolina from New York. And I would go there. I didn't have any friends. I would go there every day of the week and just buy tickets to who I didn't even know half the time who was playing or never heard of them. And I was like, whatever, it's $8 plus, a drink. And I just sat there and watched music. And so I feel like I've just seen so many musicians. They've introduced me to so many musicians, inspired me. It made it a goal when I first started getting into music. I was like, wow, if I could ever play the Lincoln, holy cow, that would be a really big goal for me. And I did. I've played it, I think 5 times now. So it's yeah, to me it's just a special spot personally, I guess.
Yeah, I've seen you play.
And it's a cool stage, and the sound guys always make it sound amazing. And
yeah,
I love being on both sides of it. I love being in the audience. I love being on that stage. It's just, I love that place. I got a soft spot for it.
I love small, intimate venues like that where you can actually get up there and, the Poorhouse, Lincoln Theater.
Right, the Poorhouse is amazing too.
The Blind Tiger in Greensboro is another good one. I saw Adelita's Way.
Carborough.
Who? What?
Cat's Cradle too.
Cat's Cradle. I've never been to that one.
Oh,
yeah.
Carborough, yeah.
Yeah, I've never been to that one. But Blind Tiger, they sometimes have top bands out there. They had a band called Fozzy. It's got Chris Jericho. He's the lead singer, and they had Adelita's Way out there too. And we were able to get right up there on the barricade. And these guys play arenas and stuff, and it was really cool. And then to go to Lincoln Theater and get up there close for you. And well, I think when you played, it was still COVID rules, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They had
one of the time. I think we played there once or twice during COVID rules.
Yeah, that's when I saw you, when we had to sit at the tables and stuff.
Yeah. That's the one. We sold that sucker out, though, I will say.
Oh, yeah. Good times.
We sold it out. They changed the COVID rules earlier that day, and we sold it out. It was us and Aaron Ham. There's a co-front bill. We sold out, and the day of, they're like, okay, we can sell tickets at the door. So it was sold out, but they still let more people in after that. So I was proud of that one.
Man, people wanted to get out and see some music. They were tired of being cooped up. But man, I'm so glad that's behind us now. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, for the most part, we still. I think it's kind of brought on a lot of healthy change of just like, it's a good reminder of like how quickly and how like small we are, really. Like we all could just probably use an extra hand washing here and there, and
Yeah.
I like how pretty much everywhere has like sanitizing stations. It's not, you don't have to, but it's more available now, and I think that's not a bad thing.
No, I mean, yeah.
Well,
Being clean is not a bad thing, Stephanie.
no.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of a fan of the new, hand sanitizer stations everywhere, and like
Yeah.
I'm totally here for it.
It's just like when I see people walking on the sidewalk with masks on. That's when I'm like scratching my head, like, okay, I get it if you're allergic.
I'm a live and let liver. You know what I mean?
I mean, I am too.
Some people have, you never know what other people have going on.
Yeah, they might be allergic to pollen or something. Who
They
knows?
might be the sick ones. Maybe they're trying not to get other people sick. You never know.
I mean, yeah.
People, let them do their.
I let people live and let live, but I'm still gonna like raise my eyebrow.
I'm still gonna judge them. Though.
I'm still gonna raise my eyebrow, but I'm sure people judge me all the time and raise their eyebrows at me. But I just whatever,
Yeah, me too. I just don't care anymore. But I also don't care what other people do. Y'all get it, Live your best life.
Yeah.
They ain't hurting nobody. Whatever.
If whatever you're doing affects me, then I'm gonna care. But until then,
Right.
I'll live and let live, and I'm real easy to get along with,
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah. As long as they don't tell me I got to stay in my house for another damn year, I'm good.
That was a little rough one.
Oh, that was terrible. I wasted so much money on, well, not really wasted, but like adding stuff to my house and building stuff. And
Yeah, when you sit there all day, you're like, this needs new trim, and like you're like, wow, this really needs an update, or like, wow, I
look,
never noticed how bad this wall needs to be painted.
Oh my God! So I painted 2 rooms, kitchen cabinets, installed a kitchen island, tore down the deck and rebuilt a 2-level deck, bought a hot tub, which I sold.
That's funny.
I was out of control, man. I was out of control. Yeah. Well, look, do you mind if we play your song that you're going to release on November the 11th?
Oh, I would love it if you did.
I will crank that up. So, let me get it back to the beginning here. Whoa. You can't hear it, can you?
No.
Okay, well, what we'll do is I'll go ahead and, thanks for being on the show. I only do these shows for like 30 minutes, I did my research, so like the average podcast, unless you're Joe Rogan, like the average commute is like 30 to 45 minutes. So
Oh, there you go.
I want people to hear the whole show while they're commuting, you know what I'm saying? So I do want to say thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, you're always welcome here, and we wish you
Anytime.
all the best in your endeavors in Nashville, and can't wait to see you when you come back here. And who knows, maybe I'll get some friends up and we'll go to Nashville and come check it out.
Girl.
Yeah,
Listen, if anyone comes to Nashville, hit me up. We are friends.
You know it.
Everyone's always like, you're so busy. I know you don't want to know. Please, come on.
All right, Stephanie. Well, look, I'll definitely hit you up. What is it, like 10-hour drive?
Give or take, it's like 8.5, depending on where you're coming from.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little closer.
A couple fuel stops,
Yeah. Yeah, so I live out in BFE anyway, Creedmoor, so it's a little closer for me than it is coming from Clayton. But, all right, folks, this has been Stephanie Maguire on Take Care of Yourself. Hey, this is going to be it for this episode. We're going to end it with Stephanie singing her latest release coming out on what? November 11th?
Yeah.
This is Cowboy. Check it out.
Get a brand new star when a cowboy breaks your heart. Well, there's no time for crying, girl, just show him what he's lost. You had your chance to love me, you never got it right. You held me back as a matter of fact, but now I can see the light. If I could, I'd